Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, JV, coming to you live this afternoon from the Bay Area on this chilly day. Today is Wednesday, December the 7th, a day that will live in infamy for Americans, by the way. Today is the anniversary of the Pearl Harbor false flag operation that took place in Hawaii. Back in 1947, I believe it was. That was another false flag operation, I think, by the American government to get involved in the war, in the Second World War. But anyway, I digress. That's not the reason why I'm recording this video. I want to talk to you about my experiences down in Mexico City and how the safety aspect of the city itself. Since November of 2021, I've traveled to Mexico City 4 different times, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I traveled in November of 2021. Then I traveled in January of this year. So that's 2, April, 3, September 4. Yeah, so September was the last time I was down there in Mexico City. And thank God, I knock on wood right now, all 4 times that I've been to Mexico City, nothing really has happened to me. I haven't had any reasons to believe that my integrity was in jeopardy. My physical integrity, that is, was in jeopardy throughout the my stays down there. And as you guys well know, Mexico City is an absolute massive behemoth of a city. It has, excuse me, it has millions upon millions of residents. It is extremely densely populated. And so when you walk around the city, there's always a possibility that somebody might rob you, that somebody might inflict some damage on you, especially if they notice that you're carrying items of value. And like I said, I've been there on 4 different occasions since November of 2021. So for the last 13 months, I've been there 4 different times. I've stayed there anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks. And I've been walking around. I've gone to so many different tourist attractions, so many places. It's not like I stay indoors and just come out for a couple of hours and then go back inside and not do anything. I mean, it's every time I go to Mexico City, I'm out and about. I'm exploring the city. I'm exploring the culture. I'm exploring the cuisine. I'm exploring everything that the city has. And I've never really had any issues with people or thieves or anything like that. But one of the main and most obvious advice that I can give you for those of you that want to go to Mexico City that never been there is that you have to try to blend in with the rest of the citizens there. And what I mean by that is, you gotta try and dress similarly to what those folks are dressed as, because if you do that, you are the chances of people identifying you as a person that's coming from another country are very slim. I think they're very slim if you try and assimilate really to what folks are wearing there. As far as clothing is concerned, when I travel to Mexico, I wear absolutely no jewelry. I mean, I don't even have any jewelry to begin with. But if I did have any jewelry, I would not wear it whatsoever. I wouldn't even take it down to Mexico or any other place that I would travel abroad, for that matter. So that's the number one thing. Do not wear any jewelry under any circumstances. Number 2. Keep all of your gadgets in your pocket. What I would suggest you guys do is, If you can get like a rotary phone, like a temporary rotary phone for about 10 days to a month, depending on how long you would be staying down there, I would highly encourage you to do so. So basically, that phone, you would be able to carry it around with you. So in case somebody robbed you, it wouldn't be so painful to just relinquish it to the thieves, so that they wouldn't inflict any harm on you. And that way, your real phone, your real smartphone, you can actually leave that in the place in which you're going to stay. So my advice would be, if you can go to one of those kiosks there in Mexico City, they have them all over the place. They have them at the metro station system, among so many other places. I would actually try and get myself like a temporary phone that would cost you about anywhere between 50 to 100 pesos, which is about, I mean, it's really not much money. It's like $2.50 to as much as $5. So that's what I would do. That's what I do. I don't carry my phone with me when I go out. My real phone. I carry a disposable one. The other thing that you have to do is, if you're going to be carrying, for instance, your wallet or your backpack, try to put it in the front of your in the front, so that you have visibility of the backpack and your wallet at all times. Don't give thieves, especially if you're using public transportation. The metro system is extraordinarily jam-packed. It is extremely busy. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. There is a ton of people there. And so when you are walking around in the platform, or once you walk inside of the trains, there's going to be people that are going to be right behind you. If you're wearing, for instance, if you're using a backpack, and if you don't have your eyes on your backpack, there's a very good chance that they might open the zipper of your backpack and steal whatever it is that you have there. So my advice would be to put the backpack in front of you at all times, so that you would have that visibility of it, and you wouldn't be a victim of theft. The other thing is that if you're gonna be, for instance, going sightseeing, and you want to use a camera, whether it's your cell phone or you want to use your a digital camera to record videos. That's what I do when I travel down there. I actually upload a lot of material on YouTube. I usually don't use my phone much anymore, obviously, because I'm not carrying it with me. My advice would be for you guys to get like a hidden camera, maybe some sunglasses that have a camera, maybe a camera that you can hang around your neck and put it inside of your button shirt or whatever, so that you don't show it to people that might have bad intentions. When I was down in Mexico City, I've been to places that are pretty dangerous, like Tlalpan is one of them. Tepito is another one. The other one is Garibaldi. It's another place that there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of individuals that walk around with knives. They walk around even with guns, and they might get you from behind if you are letting your guard down, and they might try to stab you. They basically put the knife, the razor of the knife behind you, and they tell you to walk to a certain place. And if you don't walk to that certain place, they might stab you there on the spot. And if you do walk with them, more than likely wherever they're leading you to, they will steal the whatever it is that caught their attention. So you got to be very, very careful with your surroundings. You got to look to your left, to your right. Always make sure that there's no nefarious crap going on, that there isn't a couple of people that are eyeing you, because this does happen a lot. and these places that I mentioned. So if you're gonna be recording, make sure that you don't take out your digital camera or whatever it is that you're recording with. Don't take it out for everybody to see, because you are easy prey. You are an easy target for these folks that work in tandem. It's not just one random individual that's looking to steal stuff. It is a group of people that are working in cahoots. They're all working together to try and rob you of your belongings. And I'm not saying all of this to scare anybody that's not familiar with Mexico City, that hasn't been to Mexico City before. This is just basic, common, sensical advice or behavior that you have to use when you go to a place like Mexico City, which is a very massive city. Like I said, there's a lot of people around, walking around. Now, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. You are going to encounter a lot of people that are going to be walking around, and so you don't want to give the impression that you have a lot of valuables with you, and incentivize somebody to come over and rob you. Like I said, I've been to Mexico City 4 different times since November of 2021, and so far, knock on wood, like I said, nothing has happened to me. There hasn't even been any threats that I felt or any unease by people around me. I remember one time I was walking around a place called Lagunilla. Lagunilla is like it's a place where they have these huge swap meets on the streets of a lot of different items, and you're just walking around and you're seeing clothes and you're seeing telephone accessories, among other things. And it's extremely crowded. I try to upload a video on YouTube of the time that I went to this place called Lagunilla, but because there was music in the background, it violated the copyrights of the musicians, of the authors of that music, so I couldn't upload the video on YouTube. But one day I was walking around and my girlfriend was beside me, and she actually turned around and she saw that there was this guy that was approaching me from behind. He was right behind me, and so what she did is she grabbed me by the arm and pulled me over to her side. And then later on she told me that the reason why she did that is because there was this guy that was getting too close to me, behind me. And I didn't even see the guy. I didn't feel him, obviously, but I didn't even see him at all. But that's what she said. And so, yeah, I mean, you constantly, you can't let your guard down when you're down there. You got to constantly look around you. Just make sure that there's nobody around that might be looking to rob you or do anything like that. But by and large, I mean, I've gone by myself. All 4 times I've gone by myself, and really nothing has happened to me. So overall, I would say that if you take the necessary precautions, you're not out and about in the middle of the night, you're not going to places where there's a lot of potential danger, like Tepito, for example, like Lagunilla, like La Candelaria. These areas are around the Centro Histórico of Mexico City. If you go to these places late at night, it's probably not a good idea, because there's a lot of nefarious things going on there. If you are, going out, make sure that you do that in the broad daylight, like any other place, any other city. And once nighttime rolls around, my advice would be to just go back to your hotel room and not take any chances, because there's always a possibility that you might get in trouble. The other advice that I would give you guys, if you're traveling to Mexico City or any other place for that matter, make sure that you purchase medical insurance. It can cost you anywhere between $35 to $50, maybe more, maybe less. That's been the price range that I've paid every time I've traveled abroad. You don't want to be stuck in a foreign country and not have any medical insurance. You have no idea what type of medical system or service the hospitals, if in the event that you have to go to a hospital, you don't know how much you're going to have to fork out. You know, you might be in big trouble financially and be saddled with a huge bill. So it would make sense for you guys to buy medical insurance once you travel abroad, and Mexico City would be no exception. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video because it's it's a city that I've been going to a lot, more than any other place. I feel like I've been to Mexico City, to so many parts of the city, that I can give a little bit of advice as to what it is that you have to do to make sure that you have a pleasant experience. Mexico City is a wonderful place with a lot of things to do. It's a very fun atmosphere. The people are very friendly, very cordial. If you go to a place, for instance, called man, I'm drawing a blank right now. It's in the south of in the south part of the city of Mexico. Man, I'm drawing a blank right now. But anyway, that's one of the many places that are very... Xochimilco, there you go. I couldn't even think of it. If you go to Xochimilco, you're going to have a blast down there, because you're going to be riding in those little boats. And it's a wonderful experience. I highly recommend you guys go to Xochimilco. But like I said, Xochimilco is another place that could be pretty dangerous as well. Don't be taking out any jewelry. Don't take any gadgets. Don't give these people any reason to rob you. If you do that, if you are roaming around low key, you're gonna have a blast down there. I can tell you this from experience. The first time that I went in November, I went to Xochimilco. I spent an entire day there, and it was really fun. And I wasn't even drinking any alcohol. Can you imagine if I was drinking alcohol? It'd be even a better experience. So that would be one place that I would advise. But yeah, the city is just filled with a lot of places to go that are really fun. But you want to make sure that it's the first thing on your mind constantly is safety. Just make sure that you don't do anything crazy. You know, don't be out and about at 3, 4 in the morning, halfway drunk, because you are gonna get robbed. You're gonna get mugged, and it's gonna be ugly, and that's gonna ruin your entire trip. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video about Mexico City. If you like the content, and if you want me to continue to upload videos of this caliber, I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, as they always say, and I will continue to talk about other places that I visited in the recent past and talk about safety. But I would say overall that Mexico City, at least from my experience, is an overall very safe city, considering, despite the fact that it's a massive place, I haven't had any issues, and I highly recommend it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.